Today on Dirtnation Off-Road, we're going to be putting on a brand new exhaust on our 2017 Toyota Tacoma from Magnaflow. Let's get started. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dirtnation Off-Road. So today we're going to be doing an install video, and we're going to be doing an install video on the Magnaflow Overland Series catback exhaust system, and we're going to be installing it on our 2017 Toyota Tacoma. Now, I just got this box, so there's a couple things for me to learn, so we're going to be taking a journey in this video, kind of learning how to install this thing. But as far as I know, this is a very simple install, minimal tools. You don't really have to do much. I don't think you have to do any cutting. I know you don't have to do any welding. It's all bolt-on with clamps and other things. And then this is a tunable exhaust, which means if you want it to be a little bit louder, more rowdy, you can do that. Or if you want to quiet it down, you can do that as well. Now, something we'll have to figure out for my truck. I don't have a stock exhaust. I currently run a Flowmaster Super 10, which is pretty much like running a straight pipe. It's very loud. There's cabin drone. And yeah, it sounds nice, it has nice flow and everything, but because this truck is a daily driver and I already have a bunch of other loud trucks, the crawler back there, she's really loud, the tow pig is straight piped and it's really loud, and then this one over here sounds like a goddamn lawnmower. So maybe we can have the daily driver have the ability to sound nice when I want it to, and then when I want to open it up and get rowdy, I can do that. Now what we'll get started with is we're going to crack open the box. I'll see what's inside. We'll start with some assembly, and then we'll figure out what we got to do on this truck. What do I got to cut off, what do I got to take off, and then we'll go from there. I'm actually really excited about this. It's gonna be a lot of fun, so let's get started. So taking a look at the instructions, it's actually pretty straightforward. So I've already got it kind of laid out how it's gonna be. So this is your muffler itself. This is gonna slide onto there. So you have a U-pipe which goes to this piece right here, right? You're gonna have these style clamps in between. The clamps themselves take a 15. So that's how you tighten and loosen them. So this will run up and over the axle, and then this comes out for your stock exhaust. So I don't even run these pieces anymore, so I may not put those on there. It really just depends. And then I believe this goes to your stock flange exhaust system right here. So I'm actually going to jump underneath the truck and we'll take a look at all that. And then over here we have some other pieces. So this is our other clamp. So you have a clamp with this piece right here that goes onto that rubber, the hanger or whatever you call it. This, I believe, is to block off something. I don't know what this is for yet. I think this is if you want to block off one side. Bam. And we just have a bunch of different clamps to work with, which is good. We probably have more than we need, but we'll have to see how it looks. Hi there. This thing's seen better days. I see a hole in the exhaust right there. I've, screwed this one up by smashing it. Now you guys can't see them, but I still have all my stock hangers on here. So I have a lot of good stuff to work with. So I think we're going to get started with unbolting the old exhaust. We're going to get it out of here, and then we'll start mocking up stuff and seeing how it all sits in here. First things first, trusty WD-40. Up here, the bolts on this flange, since they're nice and rusty, we're going to just spray those with some penetrant lubricant, whatever the hell. Let's see if these want to come off. Yay! Oh, they're both loose. Hey! Old exhaust. Okay, while we can, let's just bear with me a second. Okay, that sounded quite terrible, so I apologize. That'll go on there like that. Except I don't know. Is that supposed to be matched up with that? So that'll go presumably on there like that. So right now I'm pulling out all the clamps. And I'm just going to situate things. I'm going to see how this is supposed to fit in here and what I'm supposed to do. I think we're onto the right path here. Because this... right? There we go. So yeah, that's supposed to go in there like that. So let's grab our 14. We'll start tightening. Now we can put on, let's put on a clamp. So first thing I'm going to do is, I know this piece is staying where it is. I've already tightened it to the 2 bolts to the stock exhaust over here. And then I have the main piece right here connected to that. I have my hose clamp. So I'm just going to go ahead and tighten this hose clamp because I know that is staying. So this is where the tunable section of the exhaust comes in. So double tailpipes. This one right here is going to be for your axle piece that wraps around. So this goes up and over the axle, and then there's a spot where it connects up here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it connects to that rubber grommet. So that goes right there, and then there's another piece that'll go to your exhaust tip. If you run it, I don't, so that I don't have to worry about. And then we have another piece right here, which is that'll go up there kind of like that. And then with it all clamped together, this is presumably how the exhaust would look, you know, installed. And I think this is the quietest mode right here. Let's take this off because I want to try, we're going to do an audio test for the different types, because on their paperwork, this is where it gets into the tuning section. So there's moderate tone, aggressive tone, most aggressive tone, which is only the pipe cap. So let's start with the most aggressive one. Pipe cap. You put that on there. We're going to tighten this. Okay. So that is pipe cap only. This should be our most aggressive sound. So let's go fire it up, see how it sounds. All right, so that got so much quieter. Did this get hot already? No, we're good. Let's take this one off. Let's see. Okay. Next thing you put on is just the U-pipe with the cap. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the cap on there. So this one is gonna go right yonder, and then we're gonna tighten it. Slide that over. Come on now. There we go. Let's see how that sounds. Getting a little bit more quiet. We're going to take off our U piece now. Okay. That comes off. So this is going to be the most moderate tone. This is going to be the U-pipe with the NDT chamber. Go into there. Cool. All right, let's see how this one sounds now. You know what? I actually like it. It's still got a nice grumble to it, but it's not so aggressive. Wow. I actually kind of dig it. Cool stuff. I'm thinking this is the orientation I'm going to keep for now, except I'll connect the one that goes over the axle. But hey, I like the fact that this is tunable. This is going to be pretty cool. So I'll drive it around for now with it nice and quiet and kind of see how I enjoy it. Is it going to be, you know, am I going to be bored without all the extra noise and chaos, or, you know, how's it going to be? So I'm actually excited to see how it is. That goes over the axle. So that one will go like that. All right, tighten that one now. It's all looking good so far. Okay. All right, I think it's time we jump in the truck and do a road test. Let's see how this exhaust sounds on the highway. Driving around a little bit, see how that all goes. Let's get it. Oh boy, it is hot. Real quick, I just wanted to give a shout out to a shop that recently took good care of the truck, because I had the AC break on the Tacoma. It turns out the AC condenser was rattling against the radiator. It broke, leaked out all the Freon, or whatever that new Freon is called, and I didn't have working AC for a little bit, and I found this shop. It was With Pride Auto Air Conditioning in Montclair. These guys took great care of the truck. So big shout out to the owner, Eddie. You know, he hit me up on Instagram. I was like, hey, bring the truck, we'll get it taken care of. And it was quick service. Brought it in, you know, in the morning. I got it back later, and the truck blows nice and cold. Holy crap. I'm just having some appreciation right now, because doing this install on the exhaust has been like super hot, and now I get to cool off on my truck as we do a road test. So but yeah, if you guys need your AC needs taken care of, check them out down below. We'll get them linked up. You know, support small businesses, support mom and pops, you know, keep places in business, especially when they give good service and they take good care of people. So let's get on with this road test. Very quiet so far, and I mean, honestly, the only thing I can hear is like my tires, and I can hear, you know, I got to change one of the idler pulleys or the belt on my truck, so there's noise coming from the engine. But other than that, like, you cannot hear the exhaust really. It's very quiet, but that's how I kind of set it up. You know, I put it on the quietest function. But cool stuff. We'll get on the highway right now. We'll see how she sounds. There it is. Surprisingly, you cannot hear the exhaust at all on the highway. It's kind of quiet. I'm tripping out on that a little bit, but the cool thing is that it's tunable, so I can keep it quiet for now. If I want to open it up later, I'll probably end up doing that. Maybe before the next run, we'll get a little bit louder. But I mean, it still drives, you know, it doesn't feel like it's choked up because it's quieted down or anything. Like, it drives just fine. The only thing I can really hear is my tires on the highway, because I have some pretty aggressive tires, you know, the Needle mud grapplers. Is it an upgrade or is it a downgrade? You guys tell me. Most people try to make their exhaust louder. I've had my exhaust loud for a while now, so I just want to quiet it down a little bit. And you know, all right, I think that's all she wrote here for this video. There she is right there, ready to go. It actually looks kind of cool from here. You know, it's not this big old rusty exhaust. You know, we have it pointed right there, so everything's looking good. Let's get it. Now, some feedback on the install process. I couldn't believe how simple of an install this was, because usually when we're installing stuff on vehicles like these, or, you know, rock crawlers or whatever, you always run into problems. There's always something, all right? There's always something that gives you a problem. This install was so smooth. Everything fit together nicely. It worked even though I didn't have a stock exhaust. I was able to take mine off no problem. Everything lined up. Like, it was just so perfect. So I just got to give kudos to Magnaflow for making such a great product that works well for the customer, right? You know, you don't have to go to a shop to install this. You can install this at your house in under an hour. It took me about an hour and a half with recording video, you know, and that's me taking it off a couple times to take photos and do all this other stuff. So you can get this thing on in 45 minutes and you're ready to go. So good job to Magnaflow for making such a customer-friendly product, something you can install yourself and go from there. Now, if you guys are interested in picking up the Overland System exhaust, you can check out the link down below to Magnaflow. You can see what products they have, because they have, you know, this system for a bunch of different vehicles. I know they have other stuff, so check it out down below, see what works for your vehicle, go from there. But that's gonna be it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, channels, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Patreon. You also use it for shirt, tats, hoodies, and all those goodies. Dirtnation Offroad, BigCartel.com. Until next time, thank you guys. Let's get it.